What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to retire rich? I don't know who Rich is, but maybe you should ask him if he wants to retire. Let me put it this way. When you retire, do you want to be wealthy? I wouldn't be watching this video if my answer was no. The good news is there are some tips and tricks that you can start implementing today that will help you retire rich. And if you're thinking, that's cool and all, Jaspreet, but I don't want to wait until I'm old to start living my life. Well, you need to know what steps you need to put in place so you can be rich. Yeah, I really hope Rich is listening. That's why I want to go over 5 mistakes you do not want to make if you want to retire rich. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe to the Minority Mindset YouTube channel. That way you don't miss our new videos every single week. Plus, make sure you hit that little notification bell too, because otherwise, YouTube's not gonna let you know when our new videos go live. Mistake number 1, not having a financial plan. Living life without a financial plan is kind of like going on a road trip without any sort of GPS or map. Yeah, you'll end up somewhere, but it's probably not where you were hoping to be. What you need to know is that just because you make $1,000 from working very hard does not mean that you have to now go and spend this $1,000. If you make $1,000 and then spend $1,000, even if you're bad at math, you will know that you are gonna end up with $0. The crazy thing about that is if you follow life this way, where you make $1,000 and then you spend $1,000, you will be richer than most people that you know. I am not saying that this is what you should be doing. I'm saying that the majority of people make $1,000 to then go and spend $2,000 with lines of credit and credit cards. I mean, they just released a study saying that the average household in California, remember, average, has over $10,000 worth of credit card debt. Holy! People that retire rich don't spend all of their money and time buying and financing things that lose them money. They buy things that make them money, like investments. That's why you need a financial plan that works for you, and I already made a video where I went over how you can create this financial plan, and I'll link it in the description below. That way you can watch it after this video. Mistake number 2, relying on somebody else to fund your retirement. Wait. Are you saying that you're not going to pay for me to retire, Jaspreet? Not only am I not paying for you to retire, but neither is Social Security and neither is your pension. Don't shoot the messenger, but Social Security is, well, dying. If you are under the age of 45 years old, you should not be relying on Social Security, and pensions are going through a major crisis right now because businesses had no idea how expensive pensions were going to be. The people that are relying on pensions to retire are in for a, well, big surprise. Ooh, I love surprises. Right now, pensions are $2 trillion underfunded. Surprise! When you were a kid, did your parents ever say something like, "If you study really hard in school this semester, Billy, I'll take you to Disney World if you come back with all A's"? My parents are immigrants, and as immigrants from India, my parents would never say something like that. They would only say something like, "Jaspreet, if you come home with all A's this semester, then I might not slap you with my shoe this week." But that's what I hear other parents say, and so now you go into your semester and you work really hard and you study for all your exams and you come home with all A's and you say, "Dad, look, I got all A's. When are we going to Disney World?" And he looks at you and he says, "Billy, sorry, got a little busy. I don't know if we can go this summer. Maybe we can go to Disney World in a year or 2. Yeah, well, companies are doing the exact same thing right now. No, they're not slapping their employees with their shoes, but they're going back on their promises. Companies used to promote their job offers saying, "Hey, come work for us and we will pay for you to retire with a pension." And so employees would come in and they would work at this company for years and years and decades. And now they're finding out that that promise isn't so true. According to the American Exchange Legislative Council, this underfunding could reach $6 trillion in the near future. Surprise! Jaspreet, you suck at surprises. That's why rich people do not rely on other people to be able to live their life in retirement. They use their money to invest in things that will pay them in passive income, and that's where that financial plan we talked about in step 1 really comes in handy. Mistake number 3. Waiting too long to be financially smart. The Insured Retirement Institute just found that 45% of baby boomers who are approaching retirement age have a fat $0 saved up for retirement. Oh man, Good thing you'll have Social Security and your pension to fall back on. Oh, wait. Let's do a little exercise. I want you to take a second and think about what your dream lifestyle would look like in retirement. I want to wake up every morning and greet the sunrise with a big smile. Well, if you wait too long to get money smart, the only thing you'll be greeting with a big fat smile is a whole lot of Walmart shoppers. Hi there, thanks for shopping at Walmart. When you are 18, you're not really thinking about being money smart. You're just trying to get through college without $1 million in student loans. Then when you're 21, you still don't care about being money smart. I mean, you just graduated college and you got your first big kid job. Now it's time to celebrate life. And you're 50 years old and now you have nothing saved for retirement, just like all of your friends. Look, numbers don't lie. If you invest $1,000 a month every month from the day you turn 25 until the day you turn 65, and you can get a reasonable 7% return on your money, you are going to retire with $3 million sitting in your account waiting to be spent. But if you start investing when you're 45 years old instead of 25, and to make up for lost time, you start investing $1,500 a month instead of $1,000 a month like before, but you can maintain the same 7% annual return, now, when you retire, you're gonna have less than a third of what you had before with $900,000 in your account. Sure, $900,000 is more than what most people have saved up for retirement right now, but you are leaving a lot of money on the table by waiting to start. And if you want to make the smartest money decisions, you need to understand what's happening in the finance and business world. This way you can get money smart, and that's why we created the free Minority Mindset newsletter. Our team breaks down the top finance and business news, and then we show you how the news affects your wallet. This newsletter is completely free, and you can subscribe to it by clicking the link up here or by clicking the link in the description below. Mistake number 4, ignoring the cost of retirement. Okay, I finally have some good news. With the advances in science and medicine, you can expect to live longer. Yeah! But before you jump and break your ankles, that also means that you're gonna need more money. Ah, my ankle! Plus, don't forget that the price of things double every 20 years or so, which means you're gonna need even more money. Lots of people think of retirement as one big, long, relaxing vacation, but don't forget that sometimes life happens. You have grandkids, sometimes you jump around too much and you break your ankles, your healthcare costs keep going up, and your AC goes out. That means you're gonna have money going out, and the majority of people have a lot less money coming in. But you don't have to be like the majority of people. I mean, that is why we're the minority mindset. That's why you wanna start planting your investment seeds today by investing in businesses and by investing in real estate and by creating your own business. This way you can build your investment seed portfolio, and when you're ready, you can start taking a step back and let the cash flow continue to come in. And this finally brings me to mistake number 5. Waiting until you're too old to start living life. Look, just because it takes time to grow your money doesn't mean that you have to wait until you're old to take a vacation or buy a nice car. I mean, our time is limited. None of us know when we're gonna go. That means you need to find a way to afford these things even sooner. Keyword, afford. If you want to start living your life sooner rather than later, you need to make more money. This way you can fuel your financial system. This way you have more money to spend and more money to be able to afford the things you want. And the great thing about being alive right now is you have more opportunities than ever, literally on your fingertips with the internet. And if you're wondering how you can do that, well, I already made a video where I explain how to do this, and you can watch that YouTube video in the description below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share it with one friend. That way we can help spread the word. Don't miss our new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money every single week. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you actually find out when our new videos are released. And as always, keep hustling.